What if I told you that removing one single species from a remote island, not planting a single tree, not building a single habitat, triggered one of the most jaw-dropping ecological chain reactions in modern conservation history? No scientists with shovels, no massive replanting campaigns, just the absence of a pig, and nature did the rest. Welcome to Santa Cruz Island, 25 miles off the California coast, where the story of what happens when you take something away is somehow more extraordinary than anything you could add. Santa Cruz Island is the largest of California's 8 channel islands. More than 1,000 species of plants and animals inhabit its high peaks, deep canyons, and 77 miles of dramatic coastline. It sounds like paradise, and it was until humans brought pigs. Here's domino number 1. Pigs were introduced to Santa Cruz Island as early as 1853. They escaped, formed a feral population, and survived until their eradication in 2006. That's over 150 years of chaos in a 4-legged, snout-first package. Feral pigs root up native vegetation, cause massive erosion, spread invasive weeds, and destroy ancient Chumash archaeological sites. The aftermath of pig rooting resembles a plowed field, bare, disturbed ground where erosion takes hold and invasive weeds move in. Hillsides once thick with coastal sage scrub, island scrub oak, and native chaparral were stripped almost completely of plant cover. And the pigs were prolific. Sows can breed at 6 or 7 months of age and produce up to 2 litters per year, with as many as 10 piglets each. A pig factory on a 96-square-mile island with no natural predators. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. And here comes domino number 2. Lured to the island by the feral pig population, golden eagles quickly realized the island fox was an easier, more available prey source. And because island foxes had evolved for thousands of years without a serious aerial predator, they didn't know to look up. Read that again. They didn't know to look up. Ecologically speaking, they were sitting ducks, tiny cat-sized, adorably oblivious sitting ducks. The island's native bald eagles, which are territorial and prey on fish, rather than foxes, had been wiped out by DDT contamination nearly 5 decades earlier, leaving golden eagles free to move in unchallenged. The pigs gave them a reason to stay. The foxes were an unguarded buffet. During a 5-year period in the 1990s, island fox populations on the northern Channel Islands declined by over 90%. At the lowest point in 1999, there were only 15 foxes each on San Miguel and Santa Rosa Islands, catastrophic drops from 450 and 1,500 respectively. In 2000, fewer than 70 foxes remained on Santa Cruz. An animal that had thrived here for thousands of years reduced to fewer than 70 individuals, staring straight into the abyss. And the pigs were the reason the abyss existed at all. Now, here's where I want to stop and ask you something, because this is genuinely one of the wildest conservation dilemmas ever faced. Scientists knew the pigs had to go, but the golden eagles were already here and already hunting. So, which problem do you solve first? Remove the pigs feeding the eagles, or catch the eagles eating the foxes? One wrong move, and you could accelerate the fox's extinction. Would you pull the pigs first and risk the eagles hunting more foxes, or go after the eagles first? Comment your answer below, because the scientists' actual solution was more creative than either option. Domino number 3, the most audacious conservation plan you've never heard of. The answer was both at the same time. Feral pigs were removed, golden eagles were captured and relocated to the mainland, and bald eagle chicks were reintroduced to the wild. That last part is the kicker. They didn't just remove the problem, they replaced it with the original solution. Bring back the bald eagle, the territorial fish eater that would naturally deter golden eagles from settling on the island. Getting the golden eagles out was its own saga. After increasingly creative attempts, including a fake egg filled with sedative and a robotic fox decoy, the final golden eagle pair was netted by helicopter in 2006. Conservation biology, ladies and gentlemen, it's basically a heist movie. Between 2000 and 2006, 44 golden eagles were live captured and relocated to the eastern Sierra Nevada. The pig eradication itself was launched in April 2005 and completed in record time by ProHunt Inc., a New Zealand firm specializing in island conservation. Using aerial hunting, corral traps, and ground hunting with tracking dogs, they dispatched 5,036 pigs, the second largest project of its kind in the world, in roughly 18 months. The last confirmed pig on Santa Cruz Island was gone by July 2006, and then the island exhaled. Domino number 4. The plants come back on their own. Scientists braced for a long, expensive replanting effort. At nearly 100 square miles, Santa Cruz Island is far too large to actively replant. So they waited, and nature had been waiting too. Oak seedlings appeared across hillsides now that pigs were no longer feasting on acorns. The land area covered by grasses dropped by half, with native coastal sage scrub making equivalent gains. Longer-term data shows a 30% decrease in annual grassland, a 30% increase in island chaparral, and a nearly 15-fold increase in coastal sage scrub. 15-fold. The scrub didn't just come back, it exploded back, reclaiming hillsides that had been bare dirt within living memory. No helicopters dropping seeds, no replanting crews, just the land finally left alone, doing what it had always wanted to do. Domino number 5, the comeback that stunned even the scientists. With the pigs and golden eagles gone, the fox population rebounded with a swiftness nobody predicted. More than 1,200 foxes now live in the wild, up from fewer than 100 in 2004. In 2016, the San Miguel, Santa Cruz, and Santa Rosa Island foxes were declared recovered and delisted from the Endangered Species Act, the fastest recovery of any U.S. endangered species ever in the entire history of the Act. And the bald eagles? They now reside and nest successfully on the island for the first time in more than half a century. No golden eagles have nested there since 2006. The bouncers are back. The island has its own security system again, and it runs on biology. Domino number 6, the plants that were almost lost forever. It wasn't just the fox. The Santa Cruz Island dudleya and island bedstraw were declared recovered in 2022, and 4 additional plant species followed in 2023. As of today, a dozen endemic plants and animals formerly listed under the Endangered Species Act have recovered, along with non-endemic species like the bald eagle and peregrine falcon. 12 species pulled back from the brink because pigs are no longer eating their seeds, rooting up their roots, and turning their habitat into a wasteland. Here is what should genuinely blow your mind. Nobody engineered this outcome step by step. The scientists understood the connections, but the speed and scale of the recovery surpassed every prediction. Once on the brink of ecological collapse, Santa Cruz Island now offers visitors a glimpse of what Southern California looked like hundreds of years ago. That is the lesson hiding inside every domino in this story. Ecosystems are not collections of individual species living side by side. They are networks. They are webs. Pull one thread and the whole thing unravels. Restore one thread and the whole thing can, given time and the grace to be left alone, weave itself back together. 150 years of damage, undone in under 2 decades, by removing pigs, by returning eagles, by trusting the land to remember what it was. Santa Cruz Island is not just a conservation win, it is a proof of concept for every degraded ecosystem on the planet. Evidence that nature, when given the chance, is astonishingly good at its own job. And a reminder that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is not add something, but have the wisdom to take something away. If this story got you thinking about ecosystems, interconnection, and what nature is capable of when we get out of the way, drop a comment. I'd love to know which domino hit you hardest. And if you want more stories about the wild, surprising ways the natural world fights back, subscribe, because we are just getting started.